Welcome back. This is TurboCharge Your Business on the #1 global business talk and news network on the internet, IBGR, International Business Growth Radio. I'm Patty Lawrence. This is episode 44, Performance Measures, Operational Metrics. Be sure to go to our website at ibgr.network and download the show notes. So, what exactly are operational metrics? Question mark, scratching our head. And how do they differ from what we've already covered? Well, we've already covered some of the financial metrics. And what I'd like to do is pivot a little bit because this is about running your business and measuring, what gets measured gets managed. Again, that's the focus. So what are some examples of operational metrics for your business? Well, again, these are going to relate to operating your business. So what is the nature of your business and what's important in your business? So let's go through, I'm just going to go through a bunch of these and grab them and throw them at you and see what sticks. So if you have a customer service type based business, what are some of the metrics and measures that apply there? Well, you can look at sales inquiries, right? And looking at things like calls per day or clicks, right? So if you have an internet business, there's a whole bunch of different ones there, but calls per day, conversion rates, anytime you're selling, that's an important one to look at. If you look at sales productivity, on the sales productivity side, maybe a measure that you're looking at for your sales force, right? Your sales folks, sales per employee, right? So when we're looking at these operating metrics or operational metrics, we're sometimes taking a financial measure. In this one is sales dollars, and looking at it relative to another count, right? A statistical number, right? So in this case, sales per employee, you've got dollars of sales and numbers of employees. So you've got two, non-financial, one's a financial and one's not, right? Putting those together and doing math on them and analyzing them. Again, benchmarking, again, trending. That's another one, right? Sales per employee. You could look at a trend line on that month to month to month to month to see if there's improvement, an increase or a decrease or flat, right? It's going to tell a story. Again, all of these are going to tell us a story and they're going to allow us to make decisions. So here's another one, sales over wages paid, right? That's a productivity measure of your sales force. How much is that particular person selling, or in total even, the whole department? You could look at sales divided by wages paid. So how much am I paying for my sales staff and how much are they selling, right? And looking at that relationship. It's all of these metrics are about relationships of the numbers, right? Looking at things that relate to one another and putting them together and measuring them over time versus a benchmark, lots of different ones. There's some ones that are specifically for staffing, like your people, looking at absenteeism rates, right? Looking at how much overtime are we working. There's one in consulting, in the consulting arena, it's utilization. Are your people working, right? You've got realization rates. That's how much, how are we billing? How we billable versus unbillable. Utilization we've got that as well. How are we utilizing our people, and are they billable? So that's usually in the professional services and consulting firms. You've got employee turnover rate, right? You've got employee satisfaction. So all of those are really good measures within staffing slash the people side of the business. Now, what about if you have a manufacturing type company, right? What do those look like? So in manufacturing, you can look at product cost. If you're producing a product, you look at product cost based things, pieces per hour, right? That's going to lead to a judgment on cost. Yields, right? First pass yields. Every manufacturing manager is concerned about first pass yields, because what you want to make sure is it's in the done right the first time, right? Do it right the first time. Don't touch it a second time. That kind of category and that kind of mindset. So first pass yield is huge. We want that to be as high as possible. We want as much coming out as much good production coming out of the first pass that doesn't have to be reworked, isn't defective or blemished or any of those. So we have yields. So we talked about first pass yields, and we have waste. What is that waste? So first pass yield gives us hopefully a high number. Do we have to rework that, or does it fall into waste? Right? Ugh, we don't want that. That's very expensive. We can look at machine throughput. If we manufacture on machines versus high labor content, we want to be going through. We want that throughput to be as high as possible, because that defines the capacity. That defines our full capacity that we're able to produce. What is our capability? That's what it defines. We can always look at sales per labor hour. We talked about revenue and sales wages. Now we can look at per labor hour worked, right? Sales per labor hour. That's always a good one as well. That also shows how efficient our labor productivity is. We can also look at things in our operations like machine downtime. So if you have machines that are producing, what's the downtime? Because that's going to impact our capacity again, right? That's another big one. And a lot of these operational metrics, because they can be done in real time, you can create within your companies a dashboard, so you can streamline those reporting metrics and measures, and you can understand based on where they are, either previous day, previous shift, previous month, what actions you need to take to get them on track or retrack or repeat them, right? So if they were so good, if you ran so well during, a shift, you want to replicate that, right? So what did we learn from that we can take and put into standard operating procedures or a checklist or whatever that is in your company that allows us to, let's call it rinse and repeat, because we want more of that. Yes, please, right? We did so well there. Let's do it again, right? But that takes some thinking, right? It takes some dissecting, takes some looking back, looking in the rearview mirror. What did we do right? The sun, moon, and the stars were all in alignment. So what happened there that we can bottle and do it again? and again, every day, every shift, whatever that is, we need to do it more and we need to do it better. So those are the key items when key takeaways that we can have from that. So here's another area that we can look at, right? Operational for warehousing and distribution, right? Warehousing and distribution is huge. Think Amazon, right? Or anybody else who has to drop ship from internet orders, right? So what is our perfect order rate, right? What is our picking accuracy? So if you have a pick and pack operation, right? On time delivery. Don't we wish that was being measured for the post office? Darn it. Especially at the holiday time. Things like inventory carrying cost. How much does it cost to carry one widget in inventory or 1,000 widgets in inventory? We need to know what that cost is. What is it? Cost per square feet, cost per unit, cost per whatever. And how do we utilize our space? Do we have racks? Do we have pick and pack operations? Fleet utilization. We have tons of things that we can use, even in a service business. How are you utilizing your most important and most costly asset? Your fleet, your vehicles. So these are just some of the different operational metrics that you can use in your business and put into a dashboard so that you have that right in front of you and you can make the best decisions for your business. Next week, our theme is financial intelligence, where we'll discover what it is, along with the importance of owning your numbers, understanding your numbers, and impacting your numbers. Check out my collection of free resources at turboexectop.com/turbocharge. And you can continue the conversation with me, Patty Lawrence, on LinkedIn. Thanks for tuning in to Turbocharge Your Business and Performance Measures Operational Metrics on IBGR. I'm Patty Lawrence. See you next time.